Morning. I am Penny Nelson and welcome to my home. Welcome to my life. Hey, it's Saturday and Saturday is bath day and everybody gets a bath, whether you want one or not. So you're going to need some soap. But I thought that I would update you about what's happening in the soapery today. So today I'm going to show you the new soap, which is called County Fair. I have a saying, the fair's in DuQuoin and you missed it. Life is not fair. Life is not fair. I'm going to show you the soap scrap sample. I'm going to do some part of my Mumsy Soap School, which right in front of you, you see there, the Mumsy Soap School. That is my new batch, Sweet Tart. It's a testing batch. And I am doing some videos to show people how to make soap at home. And I will be demonstrating that in June at the Campers on Mission Rally in DuQuoin, Illinois. So I'm trying to do some videos to go along with that. I am doing some. We are going to unmold that glorious new summery soap that I will have available for purchase for $5 a bar. Or if you buy 6 bars and you live far away from Marion, Illinois, I will ship it to you for free for 6 bars, okay? So you could buy that. And then I'm going to do a little promotion because the reason why I sell soap is to support missions and missionaries. And I will be going to Haiti. This is a prayer guide. If you need one, you go ahead and call me. We purchased our tickets on July, let me look, on Monday, July 12th, actually Sunday night at midnight, we're going to be departing, and then we'll be back on the 20th of July. So if you would please pray, this is our team right here. There's 6 of us, and we will be going to Haiti. So let's get started with the soap scrap sample. Okay. This is a soap scrap, this is a soap scrap sample, and you may have received one with a paper like this. And my problem is I am coming up with the papers. I love to give away soap. I love to give away soap. And I have a whole bunch of leftover soap from my crock pot that I put into small mesh bags so I can give it away. So I have all this stuff, that's why I took it out. Can you see all that? I have all these samples and here I have what I made, the Country Fair, the oatmeal lavender, and under there is the men's. And so I put them in little bags and then I give them away. And how you use the soap scrap sample is, sometimes I also give little soap cards, although this will be something different, and I am giving it away because it is a test batch called Sweet Tart. You take the whole thing, you get the whole thing wet, and you lather your hands, and then you rinse, and you put your soap scrap sample on the side of your sink, and it makes a wonderful bubbly lather. And that is how you use a soap scrap sample. Now for our Mumsy's Soap School, what we are going to do is unmold the soap. This is a 8-pound loaf of soap that I make, but the batches that are in my soap school will be about a 2-pound batch, and you can just cut it with a knife. I have been blessed, however, with a soap cutter that my husband provided for me, so we're going to unwrap that soap, which is like my favorite part, is getting the soap out of the mold and checking out what happened. And then I'm going to cut a few at the end here. Okay, so we did talk about that. So you could check out some of the other videos as well concerning the Mumsy Soap School if you want to learn how to make hot process soap in your own home. So far I have the video that shows you what tools that you will need, but I'm working on that, so come check that out. And that is Mumsy Soap School, hashtag Mumsy Soap School, okay? Okay, so moving to the the Mumsy Soap School part. Part of the process that you're going to need to do is you are going to need to cut your soap, and you are going to need to label it if you're going to give it away. If you're just using it for yourself, then you won't need to label it. I apologize, that's not focusing in. This is how I label my soap, and all of my soaps weigh at least 95 grams when they are completely dry, and this is the oatmeal lavender soap. And it's actually called lavender oatmeal because it has more lavender essential oil than it has oatmeal. Okay, so that's the size of the bar. And if you are making soap for yourself, you're going to need, you can cut it with a knife, okay, and make it whatever shape you want it to be. And if you're giving it away, you're going to need to label it with the ingredients, okay? So this is how I make my labels. They're called cigar band because my job is to be complete. And I just wrap it around like so, and then I tape it because my goal is simplicity. I kind of have that shabby chic look, okay, and country and complete. That's my goal, is complete. Okay, so that's your part of the lesson for Mumsy Soap School. So let's get on to the fun part and unmold the soap. Now, if you were doing Mumsy Soap School and making your own batch of hot process soap, I recommend that you put it in this type of container. So you would cut off I still have my whipping cream in here for my coffee. You would cut off the top, and then you would put all of your soap on the inside when it's hot. And then when it's done, you just tear off the container, and then you have a nice square size bar. Because whatever you put the soap in, that's what size it's going to be. And then you would just cut it into bars that you like. So that is how you would cut the soap for, and you could make a straight cut, you would have straight bars, which I can't do, which is why I have to have my soap cutter, because then they can be straight and uniform bars, because I like that. So I made 2 batches of soap on Thursday, May 20th, 2021, and I didn't do any videoing because I tell you, I could just take the fun out of anything by trying to make a video. It's a challenge to bring your whole self in front of people, but I wanted to bring you along today, so welcome to This Is the Best Part. I just love to get the soap out of the mold. So exciting and so rewarding. Now this is freezer paper that I have wrapped my mold with, and Richard made me this mold. Richard, thank you, Richard. Richard is my wonderful honey. He's my husband. He's rich, and I'm penny. Just pull it out. Oh, I love this part. I love it. This is so fun. This is fun. I should have fun. This could be fun. It is fun. Oh, yay. Now let me tell you about the smell and why I named it County Fair. It is a summery smell. It is very sweet. It reminds me of a county fair, like when you go and you smell all that, you know, when you do the 4-H thing and there's all the contests and people make pies and jams and salsas and flower arrangements and they get judged on it and everything. Well, this to me smells like sunflowers. It's kind of airy. It's a little floral. It has a little bit of rose to it, but it's very sweet. It's very sweet, like a jam. And so I made it yellow for summery. So that's my country fair soap. And when I'm doing the Campers on Mission training, it will be at the DuQuoin State Fairgrounds. So I thought that'd kind of be fun too. Now, some of my batches are they're all limited edition, but I try to keep some of them on hand all the time. And this is not one of them. This is a limited edition. It's a summer smell, so you might want to go ahead and get this while you can. Oh, good. I didn't cut you out of the frame. Okay, so the first thing I do is cut a little sample off the edge. And this is also, I use these for samples, soap scrap samples. I'll put a full size or a part size with a organza bag so you can wash your hands with it. Let's see. Oh, it's a pretty yellow. Now the thing with hot process soap is that you can use it right away. I just made this Thursday and you can use this. It still needs to dry a little more. It will be a harder, bigger, harder bar, you know, when it dries more, but you can go ahead and use it. With cold process soap, there is like a curing time. So you've got to wait, I don't know how long, because I'm not a cold process expert. I know a lot more about hot process soap because I've been making hot process soap since 2015 as a means to raise money for my first mission trip to Haiti. So how I do this is I cut them at about 115 grams and then I label them at 95 grams, so you always get a bonus because it's so difficult to figure out. So when it's completely dry, it will weigh more than 95 grams, and these are $5 a bar. And when I measure soap, I measure in grams because that's better math. And I always make a joke. That's what my friend had me a shirt made that said, I don't know how many problems I have because math is one of them. But lucky for me, this is not a super exact science or it wouldn't work for me. So the first one was too big and that was too little. So I'm better to go with too big. So I'm adjusting this. And this, again, is not an exact science. There's no math numbers on here. Okay, let's try one more. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so now it brings me to my prayer request. My biggest prayer request is for the Haitian people, for encouragement of the believers, that God would help them to faithfully follow Christ in suffering. Haitians have a very difficult life. And also if you could pray for our team, because, I mean, really just even thinking, I mean, we're going to go there, we're going to do vacation Bible school, we're going to do a medical clinic, but really the hope that they need is eternal. So that takes a lot of prayer and also a lot of humility because, you know, I'm just a silly regular person. I'm not anything special. I'm just me, and I often wonder why would God, how could it help to have me go anywhere? It really can't. But what helps is what I have. Is I'm a vessel and I'm carrying the message, and the hope is in Christ. The hope is in eternity. And gee, when you get to a country where it really, that's what we're doing, a medical mission. That's what it's so hard for us as Americans to even comprehend and understand what it'd be like to really never have access to a Tylenol or a Band-Aid. And there's so many circular problems. So that's why we really need prayer most of all. But second of all, I would like to ask you to buy some soap to help out. That would help. Or just give a generous donation. That's what, could you skip your haircut this month and just write a check for 20 bucks? Cut your own bangs and let your eyebrows get bushy. Just write a check. And Equipping Haiti is a 501c3. You can write that check out to Equipping Haiti. You can give it to me or you can give it to Tim Petrovich. And you'll receive your thing you get at the end of the year for your taxes. But really we need prayer. But when I first started making soap, Josiah and I did a paper drive. And we carried around boxes of like 35 pounds of paper, and do you know how much they paid us for a 50-pound? Now it was free. It didn't, that's what I'm saying. In America, we have money and no time. In Haiti, they have time and no money. You can't get a job. That's what, it's very hard for us to understand that. But anyways, we carried around all these newspapers and everything, and for a huge 50-pound box of newspapers basically equaled 50 cents. And so after carrying all that around, although it was free, it was time and not money, I decided I would just ask you, hey, can I have 50 cents, please? Could you please give me 50 cents to help out with Haiti? Or give me $5 for soap and you'll have a wonderful product. Isn't this fun? I love cutting it. Okay, let's see if I've done enough promotion. Well, that probably is enough. Oh, I was going to come over here and say hello and ask you to pray for me and just give you the kiss. Thank you for joining me in my house. That's what, and pray for us too. That's what we're going. But we really need God to do something. That's what isn't it rather grandiose to think that a person could actually do someone to help somebody else. It better be God that's helping somebody else. So I'm willing to go. I'm willing to go, and I'm trusting Him. Okay, I think I did everything. All right, this counts as finished. Counts as finished. Hey, thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me. You'll have to catch a soapbox tour another day if you want to see all the soaps that we have available.